Good morning and just be out with us.
To Lisbon, Portugal. It is 9 a.m. We're up bright and early and we're catching the next bus to Lisbon. We just spent 3 beautiful days in Nazaré. It is an incredible town, must visit. If you want to see what our experience was like, we will leave the link in the description below. Well, last night we booked the bus to Lisbon, literally.
Very last minute.
Last minute. It was 24 euros for 2 people and the bus ride should be a little bit over an hour and a half. When you take a bus here in Portugal, it's really easy because you don't need to print your tickets. All you need to do is to have the QR code on your phone. They will scan it and you can go in.
We are in Lisbon.
We just arrived to the main bus stop in Lisbon. It's called Sete Rios. And when traveling on the bus in Portugal, one thing you need to know that the buses sometimes are late. We waited for a bus for as long as an hour and a half.
But in all fairness, there was an accident on the highway and that's what caused the lateness. But nonetheless, it's late.
This bus was late 15 minutes. So now let's go catch an Uber and check into our hotel. We decided to start our Lisbon exploration with the furthest point. We took a taxi from where we were staying in Graça. It took us half an hour to get there by Uber, but it only cost 13 euros. We are now at this very popular attraction called Belm Tower.
It is beautiful here, and as you said, it took a while to get here, but it's definitely worth coming. The history behind this building is incredible. There's so many people here. I didn't really expect that many people here. The line buying tickets, because you can go on the inside. And what's the cost of the ticket?
It is 6 euros to go inside, but if you have Lisbon card, which is 21 euros for just 1 day, and it allows you access to all public transportation and some of the attraction entrance fees.
And also the grounds of this place, it's really cool. It has like this tiny little beach area where you see people playing in the sand and the water's kind of washing up on the shore. I'm not sure. It looks like if there would be high tide here in the river, then you wouldn't see this beach, but we did see a little beach sandy area, which was really cool.
And it's funny because some people even trying to just go in the water, just wet their feet and relax here. There are a lot of cafes here as well.
And also these little trucks, you'll see like these little tuk-tuk trucks, and they'll either be selling like pineapple drinks or smoothies.
Or
wine, yeah, of course, and pastries as well throughout the grounds.
To get into the tower, there is an observation deck at the tower, and it's not really that much to see inside. It's pretty small. It was built originally as a defense mechanism. It is right on the river, at the mouth of the river, to protect Lisbon. Now it's just a popular tourist attraction, and because the line is so long, we decided to skip this one. And if you have been inside Belm Tower, let us know in the comments what was your experience like.
Now, on to the next location.
And our next stop is really difficult to pronounce in Portuguese. Padrão dos Cumprimentos. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it well, but I tried. Anyway, this is a monument of Portuguese explorers.
And it's only about a 10-minute walk from where we were originally. But be warned, when you're walking, it looks like a straight path to get from the Belm Tower to here, but it's not a straight path. If you try to walk a straight path, you'll realize there's a break because there's actually a marina and the path is broken so the boats can pass through. So you'd have to go back around the entire marina to get around to this side.
but you can actually see the Belm Tower from here and the monument from the Belm Tower, so they're pretty close. If you don't want to walk, there are plenty of scooters. You can just hop on a scooter and just ride around the marina.
Or bicycles as well.
To enter inside the monument, yes, there's another admission fee, and it is €6. You see how it can add up pretty
Really
fast
fast
per person. But if you have the Lisbon card, it is actually a discounted rate of $4.80. And inside there is again the observation for the river, and there is a small exhibition.
On the way here, there are plenty again of little restaurants, kiosks that you can grab something to drink or something to eat, and there's also a restroom.
And there are several boat tour companies as well, and the rate go for an hour sailing about €25. For 2 hours, it is a popular thing to do here, as sunset sailing for 2 hours is €45. But again, there are different companies, and I saw one offering a discount for €35 for the sunset sailing for 2 hours. So shop around.
With that being said, we're off to our next destination.
Just an 8-minute walk from the monument, we've reached Monastery of St Jerome, or Monastery of St Jerome. It is €10 to enter, but if you have a Lisbon card, you can enter it for free. To get here by walking, you have to cross the highway, and there is an underpath right next to the monument. And walking from the underpath, there are beautiful gardens right in front of this monastery. There are a lot of benches with shade, trees planted, olive trees. A part of the park is blocked off for the construction, but the other part is open. This is a 16th century monastery, and it is really large, and the architecture is absolutely beautiful on the outside. This monastery was donated to the monks, and in the 19th century, when all the religious institutions started to be dispersed, one monk who created the recipe for Pastel de Belm sold a recipe to a local bakery, and now Pastel de Belm is iconic and a must-try pastry when in Lisbon. It is similar to Pastel de Nada if you have watched our vlogs from Porto. So now we're heading to the bakery, which is right next to the monastery, to try the famous Pastel de Belm. Just across the street from the monastery, we are at Pastel de Belm bakery, and they've been open since 1837. Some say it's a tourist trap, but it is the original recipe from the monastery to try the Pastel de Belm. And we love Pastel de Nada from Porto, so I've been really craving. There are two lines. One is the takeaway, and the other one is sit down and have a coffee. Wow, the box is really warm, and they give you confectionate sugar and also cinnamon to sprinkle it on top. I can't wait to dig in. Before we try these delicious treats, we need to eat, and now we're heading to Time Out Market. It took us 12 minutes to get to Time Out Market by taking an Uber, and it actually cost €12, as much as our earlier half-an-hour ride. And this is a really popular spot. Some call it touristy, but it does have a lot to offer and a lot of variety of different foods. So let's go check it out. Wow, this market is massive. It has such a wide variety of all types of food.
Yes, it goes all the way around, and there's food everywhere. And the layout is everyone just sits in the middle. They're just benches and long tables, and everyone just grabs a seat after you order your food. They give you kind of like the, the buzzers to let you know that your food is ready. And once it's ready, you pick it up and find a seat.
It actually reminds me of a food court, and the food goes from seafood, burgers, pizzas, gelatos, pastries, and it's just an incredible variety. But the prices are pretty touristy. We are in the mood for Asian food today, so we ordered Asian chicken wings and pad thai, and it was 21 euros. Half a liter of beer is 5 euros, while everywhere else is like 2-3 euros. So it is a little bit more expensive. And water bottle, 150 euros for half a liter water bottle.
But we do recommend you do come here and visit this place. It's really awesome.
And another thing to keep in mind, they only take cards, no cash, even for a bottle of water. Just a 3-minute walk from the Timeout Market, we made it to the Pink Street. This street is super small. It's just a 1 block, and the floor is painted pink. It is really cute, cool atmosphere. On the top you have so many umbrellas hung, very colorful. There are several bars and restaurants here, and at night this street gets really busy for parties and hanging out. It gets really crowded. So we're just going to walk through the street right now and head to a coffee shop to eat our Pastel de Belm. We finally made it to Mantegueria. So, Pastel de Nada, Pastéis de Nada, Pastéis de Belm 101. A singular of these little treats is one is Pastel de Nada, plural is Pastéis de Nada. So here in Mantegueria they bake it here fresh on premises. We actually tried it here from Porto and we loved it. So now we're going to tell you the difference between Pastéis de Nada and Pastéis de Belm. It is still pretty warm. And now for the battle of Pastéis de Belm and Pastéis de Nada. So this one is Pastéis de Belm. You can see there the flakiness, each layer it almost separates. And this one is Pastéis de Nada from Mantegueria. A lot of people say that they like Pastéis de Belm, but they like Pastéis de Nada from Mantegueria much better. So to properly serve them, you have to sprinkle cinnamon on top. And of course cinnamon on Pastéis de Belm. And also powdered sugar. So here we got cappuccinos and also ginginas. We're going to talk about it later. So let's have a bite of flaky warm Pastéis de Nada.
Do you want the receipt? Thank you.
This is perfect. I love the crunchy layer. It's almost, this one tastes like filet dough. Now let's take a bite of Pastéis de Belm. See here, the outside crust is a little bit harder. I can instantly taste the difference. This one is not as sweet as this one. Even though this one it's not super sweet, the custard itself. But here in Pastéis de Belm, the custard is a little bit thicker and more creamy. And this one is runs a little bit. You see how runny it is, and it is a little bit sweeter. Both are perfect, but for me, I prefer this one honestly. But for me, I prefer Pastel de Nada from Mantequilla.
After having both of them, I actually like the custard. It's a little firmer texture from Pastel de Belm. I like the custard better, but I really do like the crust on this because it's a little lighter, it's flakier, and it's a little bit more delicate than the other one. The other one is a little bit more firm and you get more crunch, more bite behind it. This is a little bit more delicate and I like that.
Today was a short day. We actually came to Belm Tower at 3 p.m. It is now 5 p.m. So far it was a nice day of exploration. So we're gonna call it a night tonight and start early tomorrow.
Just be out with us.
With your support, we will continue making informative travel videos like this to help you get the most out of your vacation. Obrigada so much for watching, and as usual, just be out with us.